September 28. Laziness is rooted in self-love. It's taking ourselves off the hook, opting for the comfortable instead of the best. Grace isn't lazy. As long as sin lives inside us, laziness will be an issue for us all. Before you quit reading, let me explain. 2 Corinthians 5 verse 15 says that Jesus came so that those who live might no longer live for themselves. Paul is arguing here that the life and sacrifice of Jesus were necessary because the DNA of sin is selfishness. Sin causes me to ignore God's existence and His rightful claim on every area of my life. Because God is not in His rightful place in my living, that is, in the center of it all, I then insert myself in that place. My life becomes all about me. I reduce my focus down to the small space of my wants, my needs, and my feelings. The desires of my heart are gobbled up by my ease, my comfort, my pleasure, and my success. As a result, I work to avoid anything that is uncomfortable. I tend to curse hard work, the need to serve others, the call to persevere, the requirement of daily labor, the call to engage myself in the work of a bigger kingdom than my own. Sin also makes us all work avoiders. But the fact of the matter is that we were created to work, and not just for the good of our own lives but also in willing and joyful submission to the one who created us. Work is not a curse. Before the fall, Adam and Eve were instructed to work. So work is part of our created identity. It is true that work has been made more difficult because we now labor in a seriously broken world. Yet this also reveals our daily need for grace. Until grace has completed its work, we will tend to find work more of a burden than a calling and a joy. Grace and grace alone is able to make otherwise lazy people industrious workers, to the glory of God. For you yourselves know how you ought to imitate us, because we were not idle when we were with you, nor did we eat anyone's bread without paying for it, but with toil and labor we worked night and day, that we might not be a burden to any of you. 2 Thessalonians 3 verses 7-8. Reflect, what hard situation do you find yourself avoiding? Pause and ask yourself why.